Welcome to Soft Review. Elon Musk just announced now Grok 3 is available for free until our servers melt. Yeah, now you can access Grok 3 from here. And if you type in and ask a question, it will say it's available there. You cannot attach any file here. I think this is for deep search and this is for reasoning. And in order to use full functionality, you will have to go to this website, Grok's own domain name. You need to go to grok.com, where as you can see, you will be seeing this Grok 3. That means you have access to the beta version of Grok 3, and by default, the search is enabled. That means it can browse the web, and you have also the option to add files here. There is a button called temporary chat. If you don't want anything to be saved in the history, and if you don't use this icon temporary chat, it's more like an incognito window in our browser. Means the data won't be saved, and it will be deleted like after 30 days. So the whatever you type in here won't be used for training the model. And if you go to the settings here, you have the option to upgrade it to Super Grok, where you have increased rate limits and access to Grok 3 deep research, and you can generate unlimited images and access to thinking model. As of now, I think we have access to all this, but maybe that's a much better model. And we can also toggle these options here. You can switch between dark and light theme, and you have all these options. Animate query placeholders, automatically open search result. I will toggle this off unless if you want to turn it on. Display your messages in Markdown. Maybe if you want to copy that in Markdown, you can enable this. Show follow-up suggestion. That's a good option to have in order to get more ideas. Wrap long lines of code blocks by default. If you toggle that on, that will be good as well, so that whole code won't take up your screen. You have the option to enable or disable this to improve the model. If you want your data to be used for training and for other purpose, you can enable this on, or if you don't want that, you can toggle it off. And you can also export your account data, delete all the conversation and delete account. So that's the options here, and it supports all these languages as of now. And that's how the default settings looks like. And if you click here, you can also see the history of all your conversation from here, and you also have the option to search the prior conversations that you did with Grok 3. So today is 20th, and I asked it what's the top 5 news for today in India, and it said it's 19th of February. In fact, it's 20th, so I don't know why there is a difference in, maybe it's using different time zone, maybe that's the reason. Just make sure the date is correct, or you can just say to Grok like today is this date, that to be more specific. Then I asked for the context window of this specific model. It said like it's 128,000 tokens. That means it's on par with GPT-4o. But in O3 mini, we get 200k context token, so it can take in more data compared to this one, and this can still only take in like 128k tokens. And that means the input and output will be limited when you compare it with, for example, Sonnet 3.5 or mini, or like even for Google Gemini model, which is on another league, like it's got 2 million and 1 million context window in different models. When it comes to context window, this is really a small, like in the old GPT-4o series. There is still, I believe, some improvements needed in the context window. And then I asked whether it can create a chess game for me, and it said like it can create, but the issue is that it cannot actually open or preview that game, just like we can do that in, for example, Claude 3. And it has got like an artifact feature where we can preview that. If we give it an HTML or some sort of a code, it can preview that. But same with the O3 mini or like OpenAI, but here that's not possible. Then I asked for a small snake game. Then it gave me like this game and wanted me to install this spy game, and with all the instruction. I followed the instruction and created that snake game here. I saved this code, and if I just click on and open with Python, then I can actually play this game. Got it right the first time. So yeah, it can do like basic games as well. Then I wanted to test how the search capabilities as well. So I asked whether compare it with the DeepSeek R1 O3 Mini, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and Qwen 2.5 Max, and based on their benchmark, which are the best for coding. So it came up with this. It went through 116 web pages. Oh, that's massive research. So if you click here, you can expand it. And if you select this button, you can see the thought process here of the model. See? Yeah, if you want that, you can see that as well. And it gave me like this answer. So yeah, human evaluation score, MBPP score, it's comparing all that and came up with this. O3 Mini is best. This, mind you, this is only based on the exact benchmark and not based on user preference, because the time benchmarks may not be correct. Personally, for me, Sonnet 3.5 is the best coding model as of now. So just keep that in mind. So that's how the deep research work. In order to do deep research, you just need to click on this button, and that will go to this mode where it crawls all this website and analyze all the data and give you like a polished answer. And you cannot combine these two nor with this attach a file button. Yeah, so you need to use it individually. You cannot use it simultaneously. That's also one issue. But in O3 or like in ChatGPT, for example, we can combine it both, right? So that's really powerful. Hopefully they will add more features in the coming months. And yeah, that's how the deep research works. Then if you want to create images, then that's also possible. So I just ask it to create an image of Elon Musk. Be happy. So it created like 4 images. But when I asked whether it can change the aspect ratio of the image, I think it's not possible. It can only create like square images. Yeah, that's a letdown. But the positive is that you can generate images of any personalities here, like celebrities or whoever you want. It's not restricted. If you go to some other website and type in create an image of Elon Musk, they won't do it because they have restrictions on what all images that we can generate. So that's another positive of this one, Grok. Then in order to test out the maximum output limit, I asked it to actually generate 4,000 word article on why small business need ERP system. Then it came up with this long article. So when I just looked at the number of words, it's only like 1,800 words. It's not like a 4,000 word article. So it's the maximum output is somewhat limited to around 2,000 words. And you can expect a maximum of 1,800 words. That's the maximum limit of this model. So that's a thing that you need to keep in mind. Then in order to see the thinking capabilities, I just clicked on this one, then asked this question to solve this analogy. Cup is to lip, then bird is to what? And that was the question. And then I gave 4 options here: A, grass; B, forest; C, bee; and D, bush. So the correct answer would be, since we can drink from a cup using our lips, then bird should use their beak, right? So that's the simple thought process that we need here, and it correctly answered, and the answer is B. So yeah, the thinking is also really good. And just to show you guys, I'll ask it one more reasoning question here. This question is series, because 12 minus 1 is 11, and we are adding it to 2, then we are continuing this pattern. Again, minus 1 is 12, then plus 2 is 14, then minus 1 is 13, then plus 2 is like 15, right? Let's see if it can get this answer as 15. So let me just click on enter and see the thinking process and how it's thinking in order to solve this simple question. Yeah, so the thought process, it has got some brains behind it. So yeah, the 15 is the correct answer here. So let me just go to Amazon India and let's copy this product name, and let's ask whether it can get the correct price. In order to make sure that we have it can actually get the correct data, we can toggle on deep research in order to be sure. And just, can you go to Amazon India and get me the correct price for this product? So what was the price? It's 61,499. So I reached only one more query left with the deep search. So that's also something that you need to keep in mind. It resets only after 24 hours. Amazon, it's assuming that it's not getting the correct price of 61,499. Yeah. 61,490. So it's getting the correct URL, but it's not getting the correct price. So it might be getting this MRP, right? 79,900. Yes, it's getting that price, 79,900. So it's not getting the current price after the discount. Can you get me the correct price after the discount? So 61,500. Yes, it's getting the correct answer after 23% discount. Yes. So it's doing its job. It's still in February 19th, 2025. I don't know why that is. Yeah, that might have some correlation. Yeah, the reasoning capabilities are good and it can get us the correct information. In order to show like a detailed difference here, I asked this question. Can you compare like the top AI models based on their benchmark score and tell me which one should I select for coding? This same question I asked, can you compare the top AI models based on their benchmark score and tell me which one should I select for coding? And I asked the same question here as well. What happened is this one came up with the correct answer. It started comparing the actual AI models, but Perplexity, for my surprise, it started comparing tools instead of the actual model. So it first compared it with GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, Cap9, Cursor AI. You can see this model has got like better understanding and better reasoning capabilities. It definitely works. This model is really good. I think you only have about 3 deep research per day and it resets in 24 hours as of today. I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, please don't forget to share and subscribe for more future videos. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.
Soft review, it's the name, shining light. AI wisdom coming your way. Hit like, share, subscribe today.